This video contains commentary, criticism, and educational discussion. All clips, images, and references are credited to their respective owners and are used under the principles of fair use, 17 U.S.C. Section 107. Do not intend to produce any false narratives. All opinions expressed are based on information I've read, watched, or personally experienced. This content is editorial in nature and reflects personal analysis and commentary. Please enjoy. So I got into a full-blown argument on the Lions subreddit the other day. And it all started because someone told me Goff isn't the problem. And comparing him to Stafford is disingenuous. Then somebody else jumped in and was like,
Stafford dragged bottom 3 rosters to the playoffs. Goff only won 3 games in the same situation.
And I'm like, bro, I literally root for Goff, but can we please be honest about this? Let's talk about who actually won the Stafford-Goff trade, how both teams got exactly what they needed, and why Lions fans are fighting about Goff again. Some people love calling this trade a fleece, when it simply wasn't. It was the rare NFL win-win. The Rams needed a quarterback who could elevate the team when things weren't perfect. A guy who could win a Super Bowl right now. They got Matthew Stafford, and he delivered instantly. Super Bowl year 1. And right now, at 37, he looks like an MVP candidate once again. The Rams paid for a championship window, and they got exactly what they hoped for. Meanwhile, the Lions needed a rebuild, a reset. They needed draft capital and a quarterback who could run the offense without derailing the entire process. From that trade, the Lions turned the picks into Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Jameson Williams, and they got Jared Goff, 6 years younger, as part of the deal. Combine that with Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch, and Jack Campbell from their own drafts, and Detroit built one of the best young cores in football. Both teams got what they needed for where they were at the time. This brings me back to that Reddit argument. One side of the argument basically said, Stafford dragged horrible rosters, and Goff only wins when everything is perfect. The response to that was then,
you're comparing Stafford's best Lions seasons to Goff's worst Lions seasons.
And to put it into perspective, in 2021, Goff had 1 Pro Bowler, practice squad receivers, a brand new staff, a broken roster, and a defense that couldn't stop a wall. Comparing that to Stafford's 2011 or 2016 season is crazy.
Then the guy responds and he says, Stafford still played better because his GM was awful, his head coach failed, and the defense was terrible.
Basically, every excuse possible. And look, I love Stafford. He deserves credit. He's one of the most talented QBs we've ever seen. But none of that was even my point. My actual point, which everyone ignored, was this. I think other quarterbacks could also win in Goff's current situation. That's it. Not that Goff is bad. Not that Goff hasn't been amazing for us at times. Not even that Stafford is better, which is a valid argument. My stance is simple. With the roster the Lions have right now, the weapons, the coaching, the scheme, there are multiple quarterbacks in the league who could win with this setup. Goff can win too. We've seen it. We're rooting for him. But when things are not perfect, when the offensive line is losing, when timing is disrupted, when the run game isn't there, when the pocket collapses, that's when Goff's limitations show up. Some quarterbacks elevate the team. Some quarterbacks need the team to elevate them. In my opinion, Goff is in the second category. That doesn't mean he's not good. It just means the conversation isn't black and white. Here's the reality 4 years later. The Rams won short term. They got a ring. They revived their franchise. Stafford is still elite. The Lions won long term. They rebuilt their identity. They drafted a young superstar core. They raised their ceiling for the next decade. There is no loser here. Just 2 franchises who made a perfect deal at the perfect time. To me, the real question is, can Goff be the quarterback who takes Detroit all the way when things aren't perfect? I'm rooting for him. I want him to be that guy. But it's a fair ask. Could another quarterback win with this roster too? So what do you think? Who won the trade? And is Jared Goff the guy who can finish the job for the Lions?